If you spent any time scrolling through social media or walking down the supplement aisle, you've probably seen black cohosh, ashwagandha, maca, and a whole list of other herbal supplements being recommended for menopause. Every bottle sounds promising, but are they actually helpful or is it mostly marketing? So, today we're going to take a closer look at these herbs, what research actually says, and who it may not be right for. Now, I always recommend talking with your healthcare provider before starting a new supplement, especially if you're taking prescription medications. But I also know that many women leave these conversations with more questions than answers. Not every healthcare provider has extensive training in complementary therapies or herbal supplements, so they may not have much guidance to offer. So, my goal is to help you understand these products so that you can make an informed decision. First, let's look at black cohosh. It's a flowering plant that's native to North America, and indigenous communities have been using this root for centuries. Today, it's most commonly sold as a supplement in a capsule or a tablet form, and it's most commonly used to help with hot flashes and night sweats, although some women have been hoping it will help with mood and sleep during the menopause transition. So, what does research have to say? So, research has been mixed. Although there's newer reviews that suggest black cohosh may help with hot flashes in some women, we still don't have consistent evidence that help with a wider range of menopause symptoms. So, while some women do notice improvement, the research hasn't consistently shown the same result. Black cohosh may be worth considering if hot flashes and night sweats are your main concern and you're looking for a non hormonal option, or if hormone therapy isn't right for you. But if you're hoping it will improve a wide range of menopause symptoms, the research just doesn't support that. Reports over the years has linked black cohosh to liver problems. Researchers haven't been able to prove that the black cohosh caused these cases, but they also haven't ruled it out completely. So if you have a liver disease or develop symptoms like yellowing of the skin or dark urine, black cohosh just may not be a good choice for you. Next, let's talk about ashwagandha. It's called an adaptogenic herb, and adaptogens are thought to help support the body's response to stress and help it maintain balance. So it's been used for centuries in traditional Ayurvedic medicine. You may also hear it called Indian ginseng, although it's not actually related to a true ginseng. And it's most commonly used to help the body cope with stress, reduce anxiety, improve sleep, and support overall well being. So, what does research have to say? Research suggests ashwagandha may help with stress and sleep, and a few studies have begun examining menopause symptoms specifically. So, these results are encouraging, but we still need more research. Now, ashwagandha may be worth considering if stress, anxiety, and poor sleep are making your menopause symptoms harder to manage. While it also helps with hot flashes, it's primarily a stress and sleep herb with hot flash relief as a possible added benefit. Ashwagandha can interact with certain medications, including thyroid, blood pressure, diabetes, and sedative medications. It's also not recommended during pregnancy and may not be appropriate for people with certain autoimmune conditions. Next is maca, and it's a root vegetable grown in the Peruvian Andes, and it's actually related to broccoli, cauliflower, and kale, and has been used traditionally for centuries to support energy, stamina, and fertility. Today, it's commonly used for low libido, low energy, mood, and sometimes hot flashes. It's often marketed as a natural, non hormonal option for women going through menopause. So, what does research say? Now, some research on maca has looked at libido and sexual function, including women whose sex drives have been affected by antidepressants. There have been studies looking at menopause symptoms, but overall research is fairly limited. So it might be worth considering if low libido, low energy are your biggest concerns, especially if hormone therapy isn't an option and you're experiencing sexual side effects from the antidepressants. It's generally well tolerated, but some women find it a little stimulating, especially if you're taking it later in the day. Next, let's talk about chasteberry. Now, chasteberry is also called Vitex, and it's the fruit from the chaste tree. And it's been used for centuries to support women's reproductive health, particularly for menstrual and hormone related symptoms. It's most commonly used for PMS symptoms like breast tenderness, mood swings, and irregular menstrual cycles. So, what does the research say? So, most of the research on Vitex is actually for PMS, especially the breast tenderness and other premenstrual symptoms. There's much less research on it specifically during perimenopause. So, Vitex is more helpful for someone who's still cycling and dealing with PMS like symptoms. Because Vitex may influence hormone signaling, it is not appropriate for everyone, particularly with hormone sensitive conditions or certain hormone related medication. Then there's red clover. It's a flowering plant that contains compounds called isoflavones. They're a phytoestrogen that are structurally similar to estrogen, but they act more weakly in the body. And it's commonly used for hot flashes and night sweats, although some women also take it hoping to support bone health and heart health. Now, what does research have to say? So, research on red clover has been mixed, but recent reviews found a modest reduction in hot flashes compared to the placebo. So, it may help some women, but it's not a dramatic or guaranteed effect. Because it contains phytoestrogen, researchers continue to study whether these plant compounds may help relieve the menopause symptoms, but we still have so much more to learn. Now, red clover may be worth considering if hot flashes and night sweats are your main concern and if you're looking for non hormonal options. Because red clover contains phytoestrogens, there are some extra considerations for women with a history of hormone sensitive cancers or if they're taking medications such as tamoxifen. Now, the last one is evening primrose oil, and it's extracted from the seeds of the evening primrose plant. Is commonly marketed for hot flashes and PMS symptoms, and it's probably one of the best known herbal supplements for perimenopause. But what does research have to say? So, when it comes to menopause symptoms, the evidence just isn't very strong. Studies haven't consistently shown that it reduces hot flashes, and overall, the research has been disappointing. So, there's better evidence for helping with breast tenderness and some PMS symptoms than there is for menopause itself. So, if hot flashes are your biggest concern, this probably wouldn't be my first choice based on the current research. Some studies have found small improvements in how severe hot flashes feel, but overall evidence isn't any strong or consistent. It can also interact with blood thinners and may increase the risk of bleeding. Now, these are just a few of the common herbal supplements you're going to hear about during perimenopause and menopause. But if you've spent any time online or walking through the supplement aisle, you've probably seen products for menopause support or hormone balance. And many of these products contain several ingredients into what they call the proprietary blend. As we've talked about in the last video, proprietary blends don't always tell how much of each ingredient is actually in there. That makes it difficult to know whether you're getting the amounts that have actually been studied or whether you're simply paying for a long list of ingredients on the label. So, natural doesn't always mean safe, and it doesn't always mean it's effective. Whether you're considering a vitamin, a mineral, an herbal supplement, or even one of those all in one menopause formulas, the goal is the same. Understand what you're taking, why you're taking it, and whether there's evidence to support it. And before you start any new supplement, especially if you have underlying health conditions or you're taking a prescription medication, be sure to check with your healthcare provider. Even with strong research behind a supplement, it doesn't mean it will work the same way for every woman. So, what works well for your friend or for that woman you follow on social media, it may not be what works best for you. Our bodies all respond differently, so finding what works for you may take a little trial and error. So, just remember herbal doesn't automatically mean safe, especially if you're taking medications or having other health conditions. And if you're feeling overwhelmed or wondering where to start, let's sit down together. We'll look at the whole picture and we'll create a plan that makes sense for your body, your symptoms, and your goals because you get to do life your way. And if you'd like to work through it together, you can schedule a time with me using the link in the description below.